call. This can't be good. And I answered, and she goes, whole tone changed from a couple minutes ago. She goes, wherever you are, come home right now. So if you haven't seen part 1, basically I lied to my mom, snuck off to a city 3.5 hours away to see my future girlfriend for the time I had just started talking to the month before. I was standing there shook, trust me. I just felt like 3% of my black mother's power through the phone. I was terrified, literally heard nothing but the heartbeat in my chest, and it was speeding up too. And I was so cooked, like beyond cooked. And even though I still only had like one thing in my mind, which is my girl. So I told my mom okay, and then she started to question me, asking where I was, and I paused and thought about it because I didn't know how to tell her this. And then I told her the city I'm in, like under my breath. I was just like, you know, and my mom paused and didn't say anything for a second because she knew what city it was and how far away it was from us. So the pause had me even more scared. Then she said, who are you with? And again, under my breath and scared out of my mind, I said, with a girl. And she paused again. And I was just standing there, phone in my hand, staring at the glass in front of me that wrapped around the skating ring. And then my mom said, come home now and call me when you're leaving and on the road. And then I hung up. And I was just standing there like, what the hell kind of situation have I put myself into? And then I turned around and saw my girl coming back over to me, and she looked hella worried. So I just basically broke down everything to her that happened, and I was just like low-key sad. She was too, because it was like 1 something and we still had plans to go get food and go see lights, and now I literally had to go home now or there would be no more Jace Masons, you feel me? So we walked out of the rink, and while we were taking off our ice skates, we kind of just like comforted each other because we both obviously didn't want this date to end, especially so early. So we just kind of, you know, sat there, yapped about everything, and after a little bit of yapping, we left and went back to the car. And once again, when we got there, we was just more comforting each other, and I was just making sure that she knew that I had the most amazing time with her, and every part of everything that happened that day and so far was worth it, even though in the back of my mind I felt like my mom's aura growing. So we ended up literally just sitting in the car talking to each other for like another hour, just talking back and forth about literally anything and everything. And that's that's about it. We just talked, really nothing else happened, you know what I'm saying? Really wholesome, cute stuff, you know what I'm saying? I really told her how much I enjoyed my time with her and everything, and it was cute. And then like at one point I checked my phone and saw that my 2 friends that I told my mom I was with earlier texted me asking where I was. And the second I read that, I was like, oh yeah, I'm cooked, because I already knew that my mom texted one of their moms, and then when one of their moms asked them if they were with me and they said no, my plan probably blew up even more. My mom ended up calling me a couple more times, but I was scared to answer, like literally terrified, because I knew what was waiting for me on the other side of that phone, and I didn't want my girl to sit there and watch me get yelled at through the phone, because she was already like, what if I never see you again? And I was just like, no, don't think like that. We will see each other again. And we were both just happy but sad because we knew we'd be parting ways soon. And I told her that my whole plan wasn't meant to work out in the first place. It was supposed to, obviously, but I just wanted to reassure her. But my plan to come all the way to her, stay there into the night, and then go home late as hell without my mom knowing had like a 5% chance of working. So I was just like, I wanted the plan to work long enough for me to get there, to see her, and then that's what happened. We spent 3 hours together before my plan blew up, and she was worried that my mom was gonna literally kill me. And it was just us in the car yapping about everything and anything, including the fact that really soon I have to take her home and return to my house, where I didn't know if I'd leave there alive. So eventually I had to take her home, sadly, because my mom was spam calling me and hella worried. So I took my girl home, walked her up to her door, we had one last hug and kiss, and I got to stare into her pretty ass eyes one more time, and then I walked away waving at her. And then I got back to my car, texted her telling her how much fun I had, and then the looming aura of my angry mother hit me. Like the big ass smile I had on my face from seeing my girl and having so much fun with her from our date was gone, just like that. I knew I was cooked, like really cooked. Like I dug myself into a hole and I didn't think I was gonna be able to climb out of it, but it hadn't fully hit me yet. So cut to like 30 minutes into my drive, and this is also after like 2 or 3 calls with my mom. At this point my mom was more worried than angry because her son up and disappeared for a girl. And yes, I know it was dangerous and crazy and like beyond stupid, but I did not regret it at all. Like I had so much fun with my girl, and the enjoyment of seeing my girl and everything that happened that day, like that kind of kept me sane on the way back home. And it was a very chill drive back home, you know what I'm saying? Fuck. And while driving, of course, I had to fight the urge to text and drive into my phone. I knew my girl was worried about me, and I really wanted to text her, but obviously was like, I have to get home safe for her and for my family, of course. But like I had to get home safe so I could see her again, obviously, at some point. So once I got back into my city, the reality, everything once again hit me. I'm still very cooked, and it was even worse when I pulled up to my house, because when I pulled up into my driveway, I looked at my house and felt like some spiritual pressure emitting from my house. I was like, oh god. I felt like the sheer power of an angry black mother erupting from my house. It was like an aura was emitting around my house itself. And I felt like the hairs on my arms stand up as I parked my car in the garage. And now I know what you guys are saying. Your bro is exaggerating like crazy. Like, no, you guys do not understand the fear I felt, especially for those of you who don't have black moms. Like, I was cooked. So I slowly walked up to the door and opened it.